massacred on the street. Just wake up. Just wake up. They need to wake up. I cannot understand. And the West is just sitting. We need to be their voice.
As you heard there, she said the West is just sitting there. Why do you think there has been such silence from the usual activists who've been marching every week in support of Gaza?
It's a great question, because these people who have marched every week, supposedly in support of Gaza, stand up as champions of human rights, of peace and justice. But where are they when the Iranians, brave Iranian men and women, are standing up and fighting for the most basic human rights and dignity against the most repressive and brutal regime? Where are they? Where is the march across Sydney Harbour Bridge? Where are the rallies of Federation Square? Where are the protests outside Parliament House? For them, it's far easier to blame Israel. For them, it's far easier to blame the West for all the ills of the world. But when it takes courage to actually stand up for what is right, for actual people who are being oppressed, whose human rights and basic rights are being denied, they are silent. And that silent equals complicity.
And you know what's ironic, or perhaps understandable, is that some of the strongest supporters of the Jewish community here and Israelis have been Iranians themselves, who understand what it's like to be brutalized by a radical Islamic regime. And now we're seeing a lot of Jewish groups support, in turn, the rights of the Iranian people against this regime.
Look, absolutely. You know, this Iranian regime of Ayatollah Khamenei is the single greatest threat to world peace. It is not only a threat to the Middle East, to the region, exporting terror, death, destruction, but it is also one of the most brutally repressive regimes, denying their own people basic rights. They spend billions of dollars on exporting weapons and rockets and terror across the world, but yet they can't spend a fraction of that money on their own people's welfare, on access to water, on their basic economic rights, on allowing women to walk freely across the streets. So if you
without a hijab.
Without a hijab. So those that profess to care about human rights at the weekly rallies condemning Israel for every ill they can possibly imagine, they're nowhere to be heard, and their silence really is deafening.